Today, our main story involves Arena. We have the new Arena changes coming live to Raid Shadow Legends, so we're actually going to test it on both our main account as well as the free-to-play account and find out if these Arena changes actually make a big difference. Before we get into it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you've been interested in this week's content, and let's get going with our detective work.
Well, pod. Welcome, well, pod. Don't forget to subscribe. This is Darth Microtransactions channel, and we're gonna have some fun tonight. Well, pod, welcome back.
All right, here's my main account. All right, my current player power is 4.2 million. If we go to the battle and we go to the arena, we can see I am currently in silver 2. I've not been playing arena. If we go to the classic arena, this is an unrefreshed page of what it used to be. Now, the changes in arena need to be disclosed to you guys in order for you to understand when we hit this refresh button whether or not the arena changes are in fact working. So let's go over the arena changes stated now. All right, here we have the State of Arena post that was on 05/05/2021, not that long ago, where they stated they were going to go do some changes. I will have this in the link in the description so you can follow along or read it in its entirety. Instead, I'm going to read the most important portion so you can understand. Up here, they essentially describe the problem with Arena. That is, in bronze and silver, you have brand new players facing like Seafy Tundra and all kinds of crazy teams, and people are wondering really what is going on. It's very frustrating for newer players. What they say they're going to do is matchmaking adjustments here. They say the changes that are going to be adjusted for bronze and silver, meaning that their players' account power, like I showed you, at 4.2 million, and the level is going to help filter the person's activity in arena, meaning the players that they're fighting against are going to change based upon how far the person has got into the game, essentially. They further on state right here that in gold, they will not be filtering opponents, and it is effectively a free-for-all of anyone in gold. Then you climb through gold and you get to platinum arena. This is actually totally fine in my estimation. I think bronze and silver should be fairly easy to climb through, and then gold is sort of where you get into the ocean of other players. The training wheels come off, and you have to beat through the players in gold legitimately if you would like to climb through gold, as the gold 4 rewards are actually fairly decent in this day and age. If you go down here, they also talk about defensive battles. They're going to implement a flexible system to prevent players from being demoted to the lower tiers too quickly by losing defensive battles in bronze and silver tiers. It is logical to assume the higher tier, the greater is the number of points you can potentially lose in defensive battles. I believe what this means, now we're going to have to find out for sure by testing it, but in a lot of other games, there is sort of a demotion grace period. Once you get promoted, let's say from silver 2 to silver 3, you're going to have a certain amount of games before you can actually decay. This is both good and bad for the player, and I'm going to explain why. If you didn't know, you can actually abuse losing to people in order to refresh a page. I'll give you an example. Let's say I am silver 3. I hit one battle. I get promoted to silver 4. There's nobody on this page that I'm able to beat, so I just do a battle and lose it. Brings me back down to silver 3, which automatically refreshes the page. You get a new arena page every time you either promote or demote with the current system. We'll have to see if this changes, because it does look like the implementation of this new system will change that. I don't mind this too much. It does add for something called ELO inflation. In other games, when you can't lose, you effectively get a couple free games to try. If you get a couple free games that don't demote you, this eventually will add a slow rise of inflation of everybody's rank to the game. Give you an example. Somebody just hit silver 3. They would have gone down to silver 2 and they lost the battle. But because of the inflation system that we have, the new defensive system to keep them from losing, now they get another try and they get some points maybe on this one that they otherwise would not have acquired. It does make arena a little bit easier and inflates the elo of the person a little bit artificially. Now, this isn't necessarily a problem for us, because in this game, they do actually require ranking and winning in order to get rewards such as Arbiter. So overall, this is a good thing for free-to-play players. The goal is to move people to that gold rank so that everyone can basically battle it out for, legitimately. And if you get to gold 4, the rewards are actually definitely worth it. In Platinum Arena, we know the rewards are ridiculous, but in gold 4, they're still fairly acceptable in this day and age. Now let's see how it actually works out in practice by testing these theories out in the game with the new arena fix live. Okay, we are silver 2. If we click and lose a battle, it should decay us to silver 1. Let's get into a match and allow ourselves to lose to see if this is in fact the case. The first thing we're going to do is test that new system that allows for losing the battle. So we lost one battle and we are automatically demoted. Let's see, once that refreshes the page from the loss, which it did, let's see if we win a battle here. Let's pick this battle for instance, and let's put in some people that might actually win us the battle here. Let's try one more time. And now we'll see once we get promoted and directly after a promotion, if we lose, if it gives us a little bit of a grace period. So here goes my team. We open up with the Trunda. It's a little bit of an unfair match. Granted, I don't do arena. I might actually start doing arena and farming gear. I'm interested in getting my main account to be a decent account again. So here we've gained 5 points. We need to gain just a few more. Let's go one more time here. Now, the one thing I want to mention here is that if you're free to play and this change does actually implement the way they state, you should be fairly excited. It is actually really exciting to have changes to allow people to get into gold. On my free to play series I've done in both the first and the second season, you guys have seen continual issues with me trying to climb through the arena. Now, that could be explained away as me just being bad at arena, and I'm sure there is a certain portion of that is true. However, the outcry from other players has been fairly significant in the same regard. We've seen plenty of people complaining about bronze and silver arena, and plenty of content creators doing the same thing. So for that reason, I am actually pretty excited to see if this change goes all the way through. This battle might take a moment, so I'm going to go ahead and speed this up. Okay, here we go. The battle has now been won. We have been promoted to silver 2. If we go and we see the page has refreshed, we are once again fighting difficult teams. This is to be expected for us to fight difficult teams because, again, we have 4.2 million power. The system is working as intended so far. So let's go ahead and let's fight this team here, and let's see if we lose. We'll just automatically allow ourselves to lose if there's a grace period. We lost, and it does not seem like there is a grace period currently, at least not for accounts of the higher level. So far, from what we've seen, for me at 4.2 million power and level, I believe, 63, yep, it does seem to be working the same way, which is what is to be expected. Now let's get onto the free-to-play account and see what happens on that account. Okay. Here we are. We are in the arena. This is the page that was already up. It does seem that the majority of people we're going against have more stars than we do and more ascension. There's a couple free gimmies where people haven't placed any defense, but the majority of it is 4-star, 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 4, or these are 5-star, 5-star, 4-star, 4-star, ascended. They are epics. The team power is higher. We are all the way at the lowest possible rank. This is the bottom of bronze. If we go back and we look at our player power, we got look at that, good timing. We got ourselves our reward. Let's see what we get for the lowest one. Oh, you actually get, okay, that's garbage. That's a sell. And that, I guess we'll keep that one. Crit rate, HP, 3-star. Okay, you know what? Why not? We're going to keep that. But let's get back to the point here. If we look, we are currently level 26. Oh my lord, the pop-ups. That's a whole nother topic. Level 26 with 73,000 power. We should be playing against other people with that same type of level here, okay? This guy's 22, 31, etc. So if we hit that refresh, the power should be slightly easier now. CK still, we have level 27, 27, 28, 29, 28, 27, 26. So the player level is fairly right around it. And what we're facing is 5-star, 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 4-star, 4-star, etc. Now, there's something to be said for the fact that in the beginning of the game, you really need a 5 or 6-star to really start competing. But so far, out of all of these, I do believe there's only 2 teams we could probably beat. The one here where the guy's sort of a gimme. As you can see, we have 4-star and 3-stars on our team. The best thing we could do is put our Lua Shaman in there, and then maybe this girl. This is probably our best team. 3 4-stars, one of them ascended, and we're going to go ahead and take the free win here. That gives us 10 points. We'll move on. Now let's see if we can actually beat any of these other teams. Once again, this is a brand new account. We should be able to pick our way through and beat some of these teams. I see 2 teams here that are potentially beatable. We'll play it manually just to make sure that we don't make any mistakes here. And again, we need better gear, and there's plenty that we can do to increase the power of the team, but we should be facing people that are essentially our same strength level. This team does look like it's a fair matchup. There we go. We took those guys down. See if we can remove the shaman now. Go ahead and do our AoE here. There we go. No problem. This looks like this was another fair matchup. Okay, so we have 2 matchups we are able to beat out of that. If we look through, are we able to beat any of these other ones? Maybe this one. They have 1 5-star. This one has 4 4-stars. Maybe we can beat them. This guy's got a Kymar in it, so he's a little bit too strong for us. And these guys have Kels at 5-star and Aetho at 5-star. If they're a 5-star, there's no way we can win. So we were able to find 2 of them. This one's a maybe. We'll even fight the one that's a maybe. You can see their player power, or the power of their team, is 6,000 higher. So we don't know exactly the stipulations that they are putting on how much of a power difference there can be. 22 to 28,000, what is that? Just about 30% increase in power. You can see this is probably going to be a harder match, or we might not even win this match. So it's a little bit still difficult. I mean, granted, this is still the beginning, but the problem that I think people face is right in the beginning, you're required to do arena. They ask you to do arena for the challenges, and then they start facing a lot of teams like this, where they feel like, well, this isn't exactly a fair matchup. How am I supposed to beat this, et cetera, because they have more characters. You know, they got the login bonus characters, they're higher star, they have better gear, and you start getting sort of disappointment. Now, if we go here and we actually look at our gear, you can see she doesn't have a helmet, but she has our second best gear, and he has our best gear, okay? We do have a level 16 helmet, level 16 boots with the speed. We've put basically all of our silver into it. This is about as strong as we can get for the moment. Since we're in the video, we're going to refresh one more time and see what kind of player power we're dealing with. The levels of the characters do seem correct, but it does seem like we might be able to beat 1, maybe 2 people every time you refresh at the moment. So has it changed for players right in the beginning? Honestly, it looks pretty much exactly the same. I think the major issue people were having is for mid-level powered people, like people level 40, 50, with maybe 1 million player power, starting to face a lot of those CFI types of teams. But for brand new players, it's still fairly difficult, and you still do need a 5 or 6-star and have that character gear being your main character before you're going to be able to make any meaningful progress in arena. For that reason, there's a couple of things you can do to help make it easier for you as a free-to-play person. Now that we know it's based upon your player power, try not to bloat your account. Meaning, don't take a whole bunch of characters and level them or ascend them and just keep them there as fodder. The reason is that's going to bring up your total player power and make it more difficult for you in the matchmaking. That's if you're focusing on one thing entirely, which is arena, which, as we know, they do require to get arbiter. Overall, it looks like we're going to have a little bit more time and information to be able to figure out if this change actually did anything. At the moment, it literally seems the exact same. Now, there's one other way we can figure out if any changes actually happened. All of you guys can go do exactly what I did. Check your player power, check your player level. Go into a match, try refreshing, maybe try losing a tier. See if there's any implementation of the defensive tier loss that they mentioned. I certainly didn't see that at all in this match, but maybe it's only something that happens sometimes for whatever reason. They didn't give us the exact stipulations of the changes they made, the range of the player power that can connect or the player level that can connect, but it does seem like there's still at least a 30% swing that's allowed to happen in the power of the teams. If I have a 22,000 power team, we were able to face over 30,000 power types of teams. Now, this is fine because that 7,000 power more times does not mean anything, but it does give us a little bit of intuition into the way their system works. So with that being said, leave the details of what you guys are noticing in your arena so we can try to break this down a little bit and get some more information for the community. I suppose we're going to end this video with somebody yelling outside my window. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to help me out, and I'll see you on the next video.